Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we're going to be taking a look at some video games for the Atari 2600 and 5200, all factory sealed, super rare, incredibly high grade. Now, if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you've heard me say this numerous times. Don't overlook these early pioneer games, for the Intellivision, ColecoVision, the Atari 7800, 5200, and especially the Atari 2600. These games are incredibly scarce and high grade, and I know a lot of you guys are catching on because we can hardly find any of these games on the market anymore. When we used to do these videos, we'd have 10, 20 games to show you guys. I think today we have 7 games. That's all we could find over the past couple weeks in this high grade. We're just going after the super high grade games and the rare titles. There are some common titles out there for the Atari 2600, and I think that's a misconception that a lot of you guys take in, is that all the titles are common, and that is completely wrong. There's about 60, 70 titles, like we've said this 100 times, 60 or 70 titles for the Atari 2600 are everywhere in high grade. All the rest of them, there's over 560 games for the Atari 2600. All the rest of those games get more and more scarce as time goes on. So the games we're going to show you guys today, incredibly high grade, super rare titles. One of them is unbelievably cool. It's the only one we've ever seen. So super excited to show you guys that one. So we have about 7 games. Let's go ahead and get started. Show you guys our first game. Now this is Miss Pac-Man, of course. Super high grade for this 1982 box version. There's later production run, of course, the silver box, the bigger one. This one here is the 82 version, the super graphic sticker on the bottom. It even has the original price sticker on top, which is incredibly cool. A nice timestamp for back when it was originally purchased. This was from JCPenney. It was $34.95 originally. As you can see, the seal is immaculate. Seal is great. The box is crisp, sharp corners, no pokes or holes in the seals. There's one teeny little bit of crushing here on the side. That's negligible. That's going to be, it might knock it down from a 9.8 or 9.6 down to a 9.4, 9.2. This, we expect at least a 9.2 on this, if not a 9.4. So this one here is like a 9.2, 9.4, A++ all the way. We'd be very surprised if we get anything lower than that. And this price sticker, this brings up a great point, and this is what I just mentioned to you guys a moment ago. This price sticker here, $34.95 back in 1982. If you do any kind of inflation adjustment on that cost, that's about $98 in today's market. And you're talking about a time period where the minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So somebody had to work for about 11, 12 hours just to buy this one game. If you're working for $3.35 an hour and games are costing the equivalent of $98 in your market, you're not buying 2 or 3 copies of this game. You're buying one game, you're taking it home, busting out and playing it. You're not buying 2 or 3 copies, putting a couple on the shelf, saving them for later. That's why these games are incredibly scarce, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. In today's market, games are $19 bucks, $20, $30 at the most. And minimum wage is about $15 an hour, $10 to $15 an hour. So you're working for maybe 2 hours to buy a game, as opposed to about a day and a half to buy a game. People are collecting these games today, all the modern games, and hoarding them, factory seal condition. Back then, they were not doing this. You're not going to work for 2 days, or almost 3 days, to buy 2 copies of this so you could save one. People just didn't do it. They bought these, gave them to their kids. That was it. So the ones that survived, very scarce, and in high grade like this, impossible. This one here, 9.2, 9.4 at the least. This one, super cool. We're glad we were able to pick that one up. That's the best copy we've ever had of Miss Pac-Man. All right, well, let's take it back to the original. And here we have Pac-Man. Once again, super high grade copy. Nice intact hang tab here on top. The seal on this one here, once again, immaculate seal. This box, this box is great. Crisp edges all the way around the front here, super crisp. Flip it over, crisp on here. You got a teeny little bit of crush here on the side. Everything else on this thing is perfect. So once again, this one here, 9.4, 9.2 is what we expect on this. Over the past 3 years, I think we've only made one 9.6 and 2 9.4s, and we brought in hundreds of these games. So to get a 9.4, 9.6, virtually impossible. This one here, we do think it's probably going to be like a 9.4. If it gets less than 9.4, we'd be surprised. If it does, it'll be a 9.2. But, this is a 9.4 game, in our opinion. It's just this teeny bit of crushing. If they're generous on this, it could be a 9.6, but we're not holding our breath. But definitely a 9.4. We expect on this 9.4 A++. Super nice copy of this game, and factory seal with the cellophane fully intact. That's a great one. Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man. I don't think we've ever had those two together in a video. Impossible to find two high-grade copies like that at the same time. And here we have one of the originals. This is the Video Olympics. A lot of you guys don't collect these really early 1978 games, but this is one of the original games that were released for the Atari 2600. This is the Video Olympics. Once again, nice high-grade copy for the age. This one here does have a little bit of crushing here on the side. You can tell where somebody crushed this corner here, smash it in. So this particular spot right here has crushing. That's definitely going to knock it down, but it might only knock it down to like a 9.0. We'd be surprised if we get below a 9.0 on this. And this game here, very tough to find in high grade. A lot of people didn't collect these early 1978 games, so they didn't really keep them nice. So to find a really nice copy like this, hang tab is fully intact. The seal on this is perfect. A++ seal all the way on this. 9.0, that is what we believe this should get. And 8.5 if they're really harsh on this crushing on the side. But, that's the only spot. Everything else on this game is perfect, so we're hoping that doesn't take it down too much. But once again, a nice high-grade copy of Video Olympics, 1978 version. Like I said, people just did not collect these early 1978 games. So to find them in great condition like that is getting very, very tough. Oh, and here's one, like I said before, this one here is going to blow your socks off. This is the only copy we've ever seen in this game. Here we have Ghostbusters 2. Now this one here is the only copy we've ever seen in this complete in box. We've never seen one of these sealed. This here was released only in Europe. Now this is available for the Atari 2600 and 7800. That's compatible, of course. This one here was actually programmed by Activision back in 1989, but Activision shelved it because the Atari 2600 was going out of favor in 1989. This is very late in the life cycle. So a British company, Salu, picked this up and published it under their name in 1992, only in Europe. Now this one here only has 2 levels. This is a port of the computer version of this game. This one here, like I said, only released in Europe, so to buy this game, you got to buy it out of Europe. Ghostbusters 2, you never see this here complete in box, and this box is actually pretty nice condition, given the fact that it is only a European release. Now, as you can see, a couple little color fading on the corners here. Of course, this is open, so you will have color breaking across the top. Nice, but nice crisp colors. There's no fading on this. There's not a whole lot of scuffing or dings on the cover itself. We expect an 8.5 out of this here, but like I said, it really doesn't matter because Ghostbusters 2, you just do not see these come to market. Maybe once or twice a year, maybe, but they're usually pretty ratty and beat up, or they're missing components, or missing the manual, or it's cart only and manual. You never see these complete in box. So super cool pickup. We're excited to show you guys this here, and this is the first one we ever purchased like this in this condition. Like I said, before we have purchased the carts, cart only or cart and manual. But once again, for the Atari 2600, 7800, released in 1992, super late in the life cycle. I don't expect that they printed many of these. Low print run, European distribution. Cool game to have in your collection, especially in a condition like this. Like I said, 8.5, 8.0, 8.5. Great game to have in your collection. Now we're going to step over to Atari 5200, show you guys some rare titles for the Atari 5200. Here we have Astro Chase. As you can see, there's a little bit of crushing here. Impact mark on the side. Seal is perfect on this, though. The seal is great on this game. The Atari 5200 only had 69 games released officially, so super low run of games for a home console system. So to collect a complete run of 5200 games is not impossible. There's only 69. Of course, some of those titles are incredibly rare, so you will pay up for them. Astro Chase is one of the rare titles in factory seal condition like this, especially in high grade. We've only seen a couple of these. They do come to market every once in a great while. This is probably the, let's say, least rare of the rare games we're showing you today, but still expect to pay up for this when it comes to market in this condition because it is still a scarce game. Like I said, this one here, seal is perfect on this. Impact mark, that's the only issue with these. These were actually boxes that, this is the top of the box. You actually pull the whole top off. It wasn't these slide boxes here where you pop open the top. So these are a little bit firmer, so to actually have an impact mark like this on the side, it was hit pretty hard, and that is, of course, going to affect the grade. This is like a 9.0 maybe. It all depends on how harsh they are on the impact, maybe an 8.5, but this is like a 9.0, A++. The seal, like I said, is perfect on this. Nice. Well, here you go. Kaboom! Now this is Kaboom for the Atari 5200. You've seen this graphic everywhere. This is the same box design as they made for the Atari 400, 800 computer system. The Atari 5200 version is scarce. You don't really see the Atari 5200 version of this, especially factory sealed. Like I said, the same box art was made for the Atari 400, 800 computer system. Much, much more common. This here is a scarce title. Once again, this one here looks great. I looked at this earlier. I mean, I don't see any impact marks, dents, crushes, anything on this. Seal is perfect on this. Nice Atari 5200 sticker across the front. Doesn't detract from the artwork. Nice placement on the sticker. Seal is great. This is like a 9.4, 9.6. 9.4, 9.6 on this, A++. Once again, this here for the Atari 5200 is rare. So if you do see these, pick them up. Like I said, be careful though. Don't pick up the Atari 400, 800 version. Same graphics, but very, very common. That is a nice copy. That's going to grade well. 9.6 easy on that one. And here's our last game for today. I told you guys there's not many of these high-grade games left on the market. Here we have Keystone Capers for the Atari 5200. This game is scarce for the Atari 2600 factory sealed. Same thing with the Atari 5200 factory sealed. This game is scarce. You don't see this on the market. I think this is the only one we've ever seen on the market. That's why we snagged it. This one here, perfect seal on this game. All these have perfect seals, A++ across the board on seals. You know, I don't see anything wrong with this game at all. Let me see here. I thought I saw something. You have a little bit of, pulling. The cellophane, of course, pulls across some of the bottoms of these boxes. So you see a little bit of bowing on the bottom, but that's not going to affect the grade. They don't really take off for that. Yeah, I don't really see anything else. Oh, there's a little teeny bit of... There's a little corner crush. Once again, that could be from the cellophane pulling the box. So we really don't think that's going to impact the grade too much. So this one here, 9.4, 9.4, let's say 9.4, 9.2, 9.4 on this because of this corner crush. If they're not harsh on it, maybe a 9.6, but we're thinking 9.4, A++ on this. Super, super good grade, a super good game to have in your collection at this grade, this high level. That's actually great. And like I said, Keystone Capers, tough on the 2600, tough on the 5200. That's a game that you want to pick up. So there you have the 7 games that we had for you guys today. I told you, not many on the market. We're still trying to pick up these in high grade, but it's going to get scarce. So we only had 7 for you guys today. Hopefully next time we'll have a lot more. Going to send these off to WATA, get them graded, show you guys when they come back what grades we got. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.